Hello again, everybody. We have major recruiting developments involving two of our top athletes from St. Louis, and they both involve The Ohio State University. Let's start with football. Wide receiver Jameson Williams from Cardinal Ritter, one of the top wide receivers in the country, committed to Urban Meyer's football program last week. Williams is one of the top players and also a state track and field champion for the Lions as well. And as you can see, Urban Meyer likes to recruit St. Louis. Last year, he recruited wide receivers Cameron Babb and Cam Brown from CBC's Class 6 state championship game. And of course, about 5 or 6 years ago, Urban came into St. Louis and got a running back named Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, you've heard of him from John Burroughs, doing his thing with the Dallas Cowboys now. On the basketball front, E.J. Liddell of Belleville West, he committed to Chris Holtman's basketball program at Ohio State. EJ is one of the top players in the country, rated in the top 50 in the class of 2019. He led Belleville West to their first ever state championship in basketball in the state of Illinois, Class 4A last season. He's a good one, folks. Ohio State got two really good ones from St. Louis out of the class of 2019. Back closer to home, Jason Montgomery, an excellent basketball player from Rockwood Marquette High School, has committed to Maryville University in St. Louis. And Amorey Womack, an excellent shooting guard from Webster Groves High School, has committed to Tennessee State. Congratulations. If you want to continue to follow these fine athletes in St. Louis, give me a follow at Twitter at Earl Austin Jr., hashtag EarlTimeUpdate. Now you know what's next. It's time for those St. Louis American shout-outs. Got three teams we're going to feature. First, the aforementioned Cardinal Ritter Lions, having a great season under the direction of Brandon Gregory. They're 6-0, doing a nice job, one of the top contenders in Class 3 this season. Moving to Class 4, the Ladue Rams are also 6-0. They made it to the Show Me Bowl in Class 4 last season, finishing in second place, and they appear headed for another big playoff run under Coach Mike Tarpey. And congratulations to Coach Tarpey, who recently picked up his 100th career coaching victory. And in the city, the Roosevelt Rough Riders, after a slow start losing their first two games, they've won 4 consecutive games, and they're on track to possibly win a public high league title. They're one of the big contenders. Congratulations to Coach Trey Porter, doing a nice job at Roosevelt in his second season. They're 4-2 right now. Now for some individual standouts. Rico Singleton, a sophomore for Lift for Life Academy, excellent running back, had 195 yards and 5 touchdowns in a victory over Vashon. Rico can also hoop on that basketball court as well. Kevion Hampton out of Hazelwood West, the receiver, had 4 receptions for 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception for a third touchdown in a victory over Riverview Gardens. Jarvian Harmon of Hazelwood East, 4 receptions for 163 yards and 2 touchdowns in a victory over McClure North. It was a good homecoming day for the Hazelwood East Spartans. And Taj Butts, a running back for the Smith, 29 carries for 165 yards, a couple touchdowns, and a victory over Chaminade. Taj really toting the mail for the Spartans last weekend. So congratulations to all the young men for these St. Louis American shout-outs. Now we got big games this weekend, and there's 3 of them I'm going to feature. First, in West County, we got Eureka at Kirkwood. Eureka is 6-0, Kirkwood is 5-1. These two teams have locked horns for district championships in recent years. This should be another big game at the Wood. On moving a little west, Cardinal Ritter will take on St. Francis Borgia in AAA action. Both teams are 6-0, going for that conference championship Friday night at 7 o'clock. And another Friday night for a conference championship, CBC will take on Vianney. Both teams are 5-1, looking for that MCC championship. CBC is coming off a loss in a great game against nationally ranked St. John's College out of Washington, D.C. And Vianney, who was a state champion a couple of years ago, creeping up, looking for another conference championship with the great Kyron Williams leading the way. So 3 great ball games, and it was a loaded schedule in St. Louis this week.